Hey there, Joy Beland coming at you with another episode of CMMC Explained. It's been a while. I've missed you guys. We have been heads down trying to figure out how the CMMC 2.0 model, level 1, level 2 scoping guide, and now level 1 and level 2 assessment guides are going to impact our own business as a C3PAO, our materials that we publish as an LPP, how we teach these materials for the CCP class as an LTP, and how we're consulting and serving our constituent OSCs as an RPO. So every change made in CMMC 2.0 affects our cyber team here at Edwards Performance Solutions. And we've done a ton of brainstorming and whiteboarding, and you name it, we've been doing it, trying to make sure that we bring our best level of effort to helping you to digest this as we do ourselves. The cool thing is every week as we conduct our CCP classes with the original CCP materials as mandated by CMMC AB, we are also able to diverge from the original curricula into what does CMMC 2.0 look like now as we go throughout these training modules. And that means as we teach the scoping section, the FCI CUI data governance section, the history of CMMC, diving into 800, 171, and 171A as reference documentation. All of these pre-existing parts of the CCP class are really coming to life under CMMC 2.0 as well. We have the perspective and the expertise of Amira Armand, Jacob Horn, Tony Benger, Chris Silvers, Brian Hubbard, Matt Hoper, Jeff Baldwin, Sarah Deaton. We have so many great members of our instructor team that are helping to unfold everything at every layer as it pertains to the CCP. And in doing this, what we see here is that for the level 2 scoping guidance that we've been provided, we have something new for the MSPs and the external service providers to be paying attention to. Now, in the past, when I would be talking about the CMMC, how does this pertain to the actual MSPs? What I would focus on are these words: process, store, and transmit for CUI. And the interesting about the new level 2 scoping guidance is that it gives a definition of process that gets a layer deeper, and it includes the word accessed. You see that there? MSPs no longer have any ambiguity between, well, if I don't actually process, store, or transmit CUI, am I going to be a part of the assessment process or need to be assessed myself? Ambiguity, all gone. Accessed, that one word right there is the game changer. So external service providers are going to be looking at this in a different way. And in my mind, as they go through 800, 171, and more importantly, 800, 171A, with every single assessment objective tied to every single practice or control, they need to be looking at how are they accessing the environment and what are they doing in it. Because now the roles and responsibilities and the customer responsibility matrix goes a level deeper. If I were an MSP and I had a client in the defense industrial base that was looking at a level 2 cybersecurity assessment under CMMC, I would go for getting assessed myself at level 2. Why? Because so many responsibilities of the MSP are going to lay into 800, 171A. Like if you took a grid of every single practice and every single assessment objective that is required under CMMC level 2 and said, okay, so which of these should we highlight that an MSP is going to perform on a regular basis for most of their clients? You're going to see that, in my mind, 60%, average MSP, 60% of those assessment objectives are going to be covered by an MSP or an external service provider. If you have a MSP that is very security focused, you're going to see now that actually way more than 60% of those responsibilities fall on the external service provider. But it's not just the MSP. It's the MSP vendor community that's going to have a role in this. If we go down to the description of the security protection assets, for example, we've got SIEM solutions. We've got the Security Operations Center, often outsourced by MSPs to other MSSPs or vendors, security vendors in the space, the people who do this, consultants who provide the cybersecurity service, right? So MSP personnel who perform the system maintenance. If you look at this and you say, all right, well, how many of my MSP staff are going to be touching or accessing a network that is going to fall under CMMC assessment under level 2 now? That's a substantial change. I would say MSPs are going to have to dedicate certain people, certain SIEM solutions and SOC third-party service providers, and look at those in a way, the customer responsibility matrix for what does my outsourced SOC do? What does my tool set that I use for the SIEM do? How do I get a customer responsibility matrix? How do I present the assessment objective evidence that's required for every single one of those controls? There's a lot of work to do. I think it's going to be worth it for a lot of the MSPs who want to continue to play in this space to get a level 2 assessment themselves. And then what does that inheritance actually look like? More to be revealed, right? So we're waiting for the level 2 assessment guide. We've got the scoping guidance. We know it applies to them in so many different ways. We're waiting for the assessment guide to see what might have changed in that. So there's a lot to do. There's a lot to digest, a lot to take into consideration as we dive into the policies and the procedures for who does what in the 800.171 domain, the OSC, the external service providers, the security vendors. All of us have to come together and play a role in this. We are all in this together. I've been saying that from the very start. At Edwards, we're trying to help you shepherd this process. And so if there's anything that we can do in the way of our peer groups, our CCP classes, just reach out to us, ping me on LinkedIn, send me an email, give me a phone call, whatever your preferred modality of communication. I'm here for you. We're all here for you at Edwards Performance Solutions. More will be revealed, and just wait, because we have a lot of materials that will be coming out to help support the MSP community, the external service provider community, if you will, moving forward. And we're very excited about this. So thanks for listening for now. We'll look forward to working with you again. And my next episode is going to dive a bit deeper into this exactly. All right.